So OptimizeRx is really focused in helping pharmaceutical organizations and everyone that's in the care continuum, all the stakeholders, really get up-to-date and real-time information as far as what's going on in that ecosystem. So our role really is through our network to connect all of the core stakeholders that are playing in that ecosystem and to create efficiencies in communication by eliminating barriers and really connecting the parts of the system that really weren't designed to be connected, so to speak. Yeah, so the OptimizeRx platform is really a unique platform because it's not one-dimensional. So unlike a lot of other vendors that focus on a specific tactic within pharma, so it might be financial assistance or they may be delivering some brand messages, really what we do at OptimizeRx is we've really followed the entire patient journey and designed our platform around that patient journey so that it's copacetic and brings together all of the specific tactics but aligns them really well to each phase along that patient journey to have them really harmonized. So as pharma thinks about how to make an investment, they should be thinking about it in terms of the patient journey and how many boxes they can check along that care continuum rather than just a specific tactic, which is good, but it's really short term. OptimizeRx really was an early pioneer in this digital delivery of messaging, et cetera, and we've always had the conversation internally around volume and value. If you look at the market trends and what's going on in our market, a lot of the large sweeping indications like diabetes and a lot of the cardiac indications are heavily genericized at this point. And so most of the branded assets have gone LOE. And so really the opportunity for pharma is really on the specialty and niche markets, also the oncology markets. And there are a lower volume of patients to be treated, but there's a much higher value to be able to deliver to that patient. So if you think about the oncology indications, being able to help someone that's suffering from an oncology indication extend life expectancy for a year, 2 years, 3 years, et cetera, is really a massive achievement in delivering humongous value. We think about all of the needs along the care continuum that practitioners, caregivers, others that are working in that care continuum for that patient to make sure they have a better outcome, what their specific needs are. So the way that we've developed our platform is we continue to add modules to the platform to enable people that are working in that ecosystem with those patients to empower them to ensure that they get good outcomes. EHR is a marketing tool or a communications channel, and the value that it brings really can't be understated. If you think back 20 years ago to when I started in pharma, sales reps always had access to physicians, and physicians were actually excited to be able to speak with those reps because that was their predominant way of getting educated around new drugs that were coming out, novel therapies, and all providers were really interested in engaging with the pharma community. As time's moved on, there's a lot of pressure on caregivers and on physicians and on just providers in general to really ratchet back their time, not only with pharmaceutical reps, but also with anyone in general. So they're being measured in minute increments and how much time they're spending with patients and so on and so forth. So they don't have a lot of extra time outside of their existing workflow to get educated. What EHR marketing brings to the table is that it brings an opportunity for in-workflow education. So physicians on average and caregivers and anyone that's in that ecosystem, providers in general, they're spending about 6 to 8 hours inside of the EHR. And so that is a natural way to be able to message them in a way that's non-obtrusive, it's not obstructive to what they're currently doing, and it's not a distraction. They can react on the message, they can self-educate, and they can quickly move on. And so my view of the world and our collective view of the world is we believe that pharma will continue to face pressure of getting their reps in front of providers. And so as they do that, the importance of the EHR channel will become greater and greater for them to pay attention to.